Hi, I'm Steve, and I'm a teacher intern with the NASA Mars Phoenix Lander mission.
Hi, I'm Moise, and I'm a student intern with the NASA Mars Phoenix Lander mission.
Phoenix is NASA's latest mission to Mars. The spacecraft will land in the North Polar region of Mars in late May 2008.
It launches from Cape Canaveral on a Delta II rocket today. So the goals for every NASA Mars mission are to 1. Determine whether life ever arose on Mars, 2. Characterize the climate of Mars, 3. Characterize the geology of Mars, and 4. To prepare for human exploration of Mars. The main objectives of the Phoenix mission are to study the history of water by examining water ice below the Martian surface, to determine if the Martian Arctic soil could support life, and to find out how the Martian climate is affected by polar dynamics.
It will take 10 months for the Phoenix spacecraft to go from Earth to Mars. And as it enters the upper Martian atmosphere, it will be going 16,000 miles per hour. And it must slow down to 0 miles per hour for landing. Initially, atmospheric friction with the upper Martian atmosphere will slow down the spacecraft. Well, of course, it will need a heat shield to protect it from the intense heat of re-entry. Once the spacecraft enters the lower Martian atmosphere, it will deploy a parachute, which will slow it down further. And finally, as it approaches the Martian surface, it will use 12 rocket to slow it down to a safe landing on the Martian surface. Once the dust is cleared, it will deploy its suite of scientific instruments. So let us watch a professionally produced, computer-generated animation of the landing sequence.
As the spacecraft nears Mars, the crew stage separates.
The spacecraft enters the Martian atmosphere at 16,000 miles per hour.
The parachute deploys when the spacecraft has slowed down to Mach 1.7.
The heat shield drops away and the landing gear deploys.
The spacecraft drops away from the back shell at an altitude of 0.6 miles.
The thrusters fire and slow down the spacecraft to 7.9 feet per second at an altitude of 39 feet.
The spacecraft then deploys its solar panels and scientific instruments.
I'd like to talk